Welcome to episode 18 of our Arabic story walkthrough of Layla with Dhib. In this video, as usual, I'll do an Arabic reading, obviously of the entire passage that we're going to read through today. If you're following along in the text, which you can get in the description section below, there is the entire PDF you can get hold of there, or if you're unable to do that at the moment, I'll put the entire text up on the screen here as well. So we'll do a walkthrough of the Arabic, and then you can listen along, and afterwards I'll do a word-for-word breakdown of the entire text, and then it'd be a really good idea to go back to the beginning at the end of the lesson and listen through it, just to make sure that you've understood all of it. I will put a timestamp in the description section as well to the beginning of the Arabic reading, so you don't need to listen to this waffle at the beginning of the video again. لا بد أن أعاقبك على أنك خدعتني وكذبت علي. قالت ليلى: أنا لم أخدعك ولم أكذب عليك. أنت الذي خدعتني. عرفت مني عنوان جدتي وهجمت على منزلها. أين جدتي؟ اتركني أبحث عنها. اتركني. أرادت ليلى أن تفلت من قبضة الذئب، فقال لها: قفي مكانك، أنت لم تفلتي من يدي. So let's go right to the beginning. Okay, so the title, obviously I mentioned, of this kind of little subsection is Layla tunaqishu الذئب. The verb naqasha means to sort of discuss something. A niqash is the masdar of it. We often kind of have those in like an Arabic class. We'll have a niqash. Good, but she has a niqash with the adhib. La budda an. La budda an is a nice little expression. Just highlight it. La budda an means must. It's like saying yajibu an, to do something, right? La budda an u'aqibaki. So must. U'aqibaki. So the verb aqaba is a form 3 verb. Aqaba, it means to punish someone. Hence we get the word iqab, meaning a punishment. But it would have aqaba, yu'aqibu in the present tense, and then iqab, as I say, as the masdar. Just like the masdar of naqasha is niqash, the masdar of aqaba is iqab. But in this case, it's I punish you, rather than yu'aqibu. It's u'aqib, but not u'aqibu because of the an before it, which makes the verb, we call it mansub, but it really just means you have a fatha on it, in this case. And then the key on the end means you. So it's saying, I must punish you. I must punish you. Good. Ala annaki, upon that you, or meaning because you, khada'atani. So the verb khada'a means to cheat somebody. Khada'a. Yeah. It's used actually in the Quran and Surah Al-Baqarah actually. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. But this is the form 3 as well. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ. They mock Allah, really. But khada'a means to cheat somebody. That's you, khada'ati. So be khada'a, khada'at, khada'ata, khada'ati. If you are the one cheating. Khada'atini, you cheated me, you cheated me. وَكَذَبْتِ, and you lied عَلَيَّ, you lied upon me, or what that really means is you lied to me. قالت ليلى, so Layla said, أنا لم أخدعك. أنا لم أخدعك. I didn't cheat you. So with the verb خدع, we would have خدع يخدع in the present tense, but in this case we would normally have أخدع, I cheat, but because of lam, it puts a sukun on the end. If you say I didn't cheat, لم أخدع, with a sukun on the end. لم أخدعك, I did not cheat أنت, I did not cheat you. وَلَمْ أَكْذِبَ عَلَيْكَ. We have 2 examples here of lam being used with the majzoom verb afterwards. We have لم أخدع and we have لم أكذب. I did not cheat you and I did not lie upon you or lie to you. أنت الذي خدعتني. You are the one who خدعتني. You are the one who you lied to me. Good. عرفت مني عنوان جدتي. You knew from me. The verb عرف يعرف in the present tense means to know something. You knew from me. عرفت مني. You knew from me. عنوان جدتي. The عنوان, it means your address. عنوان جدتي. My grandmother's عنوان, her address. وهجمت على منزلها. The verb هجم, it means to attack something. The masdar is uhjum. I've heard that in Arab households before. I've had dinner at their households. They've like they say uhjum, so like attack as a joke. Like, yeah, uhjum, hajama means to attack something. And you were hajamta ala manziliha, and you came upon her house. You attacked her house. Aina jaddati. She starts to get worried now. Layla says, hold on a minute. Aina jaddati. Where is my jadda? Where is my grandmother? And she also says, utrukni abhath anha. So she's saying utrukni. So the verb from the verb taraka. Utruk means to leave. Utrukni, leave me. Leave me. Abhath anha. So the verb bahatha an somebody. It means to look for something, right? So abhath anha, let me look for her. Leave me to look for her. Utrukni abhath anha. Leave me to look for her. Utrukni, leave me alone. Good. Aradat Layla. Layla wanted. An tuflita. Good. So tuflita is actually from the verb aflata. It must be aflata, meaning to escape from somebody. So so it would usually be aflata, yuflitu, but in this case it's feminine because it's Layla. So tuflitu, but because of the an before it, it's become tuflita. Good. Aradat an tuflita. She wanted to escape. Min qabdat al-dhib. The qabda, it means kind of the clutches, the clutches of the dhib. To qubida ala something means to means to arrest somebody. Actually can be used for that, but I think it's actually also used in Urdu. I've seen the word qubida means or that something from that root anyway. I can't quite remember what it was in Urdu, but it means to confiscate something anyway. But in this case it means the clutches of the wolf. And tuflita min qabda الذئب, from the clutches. She wants to escape from the clutches from the wolf. قال فقال لها. So he said to her, قفي مكانك. So the verb, so this is actually imperative. قف, it means stop. From the verb waqafa, meaning to stop. قفي, stop. You stop, and the e on the end is feminine because he's saying it to Layla, who's a girl. قفي مكانك, stop your place, meaning stop right where you are. قفي مكانك. Yeah, innaki. Yes, certainly you. Lan tufliti. Certainly you will not tuflit. Lan tufliti min yedi. You will not escape my yed. You will not escape my hands. He doesn't say my two hands. He just says you will not escape my hand. So with tufliti, why do we have tufliti and we don't have a fatha on the end? We saw earlier, like I demonstrated this with tuflita, where we had tuflita. Aradat Layla and tuflita. She wanted to, she wanted to escape. We had a fatha on tuflita because of an. So why don't we have it here before len? Why don't we have len tuflita? Okay, because we're using them in two different persons. When we say aradat and tuflita, we're saying we're saying here wanted to escape. But in this case, we're saying a you in the feminine. And after len, when we have, you, if with the verb aflata, would be tuflitina. It would be tuflitina in anti. And an anti is one of what we call the 5 verbs. Those of you in the Arabic in 60 Steps program, we do this in step 11, I believe, when we learn lam, because it behaves the same way with lam as it does with len. So you will not tufliti. And what happens with the 5 verbs? So anti is one of them. Antum, hum, antuma, and huma are the 5 verbs that do this. We cut off the noon on the end. We call this hadaf an noon. So rather than saying tuflitina, we say len tufliti. And we would do the same thing with lem as well. If we'd say you didn't escape, we'd say lem tufliti as well. We do hadaf an noon. We cut off that noon. Because, what would happen otherwise if we had tuflitina anyway? The tina already has a fatha on the end, doesn't it? Even when it's not mansub. But anyway, if that last bit is a bit of a mindful to follow along, don't worry about it. Just join the Arabic in 60 Steps program and we'll sort you out in step 11, inshallah. So that's everything for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Going forward, we only have 2 more episodes, and our 2 further episodes will be rather long. The next episode that we're doing is chapter 9 of this section, and it's 2 paragraphs. It's much longer than what we did today. And then the last episode we did is quite a long paragraph, which is chapter 10. So our next 2 episodes will be quite long. We will keep up this habit of doing them every Friday. So today is episode 18. Next Friday is episode 19, and I'm considering, after episode 19, literally on the following day, we'll do a grand finale on the Saturday, because that's the end of the year. And it'd be quite nice for us to just kind of round off this whole story with rounding off the end of 2022. So what I'd like to do, I might do it live as well. We could do a live finale of the story of Layla with Dhib. I think it'd be quite nice. It's nice to kind of round things off with the rounding off of the year, I think. And then we can go into the new year and we can have a discussion about what kind of story you would like to do going forward. Or we could do a poem, or we could do anything really. Maybe I'll put a poll up in our community as well. So yeah, we'll do something like that, inshallah. So I'm glad that you guys have been following along. Those of you who have been here from the very beginning, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being part of it and for appreciating the bit of work that I do, as humble as it is. So that's it. I'll see you guys. When am I going to see you? On Sunday, inshallah. Sunday, we have just another video coming out, inshallah, another Arabic lesson. We'll talk about a hadith in there. There's something that our brother Simon mentioned in our podcast. He mentioned a hadith, and him and I, we didn't quote it in Arabic at the time. So on Sunday, I'm going to open the book on you guys a little bit, and I'm going to talk to you about the hadith that we talked about, and there's a lot of benefit from it, inshallah. So see you guys on Sunday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.